I just enabled voting on what you guys think I should draft. You can now vote on screen. I'm not necessarily going to pick what you vote for on the screen. But I'm real curious. Like right now, it's pretty much everyone's voting for these two. Whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card. That is so freaking strong. House Guildmage is unbelievably solid. Surveil and disable. But then it says, isn't that what you said last weekend? That's what I said earlier this week, for sure. Last weekend I definitely didn't say, because I went out of town last weekend. I definitely needed to clean it last week, but I had no availability to do it. So looking at this pack, just in terms of the analysis, a Rampaging Monument is actually pretty strong. It's a pretty strong card. I think the strongest picks here are... Let's see. I'm just going to go through them all. I think these two, far and away the best. Silent Dart is weirdly terrible. Weirdly terrible, I think. Rampaging Monument I actually think is pretty solid. I think that this is what I would pick if these two weren't here. Other reasonable picks, frankly, I think Rosemane Centaur is a very solid card. 4/4 is a really good stat line. 4 is out of range of... There's a ton of 3 damage things in this format. Like, ton. So if you have 4, not only are you able to withstand all of that, but you're also dealing the 4 damage, and there's a bunch of 2/4, 3/4 type things. I'm going to go with the Beast Whisperer 100%. It's an unbelievably solid card. I think both of these are fine picks, but I like this for 2 reasons. One, it's green, which is my second favorite color after black. Although they're getting real close lately, green and black. But also it's single color. So I think it gives me a little bit more flexibility to go Selesnya. Or to go Golgari. Join Shields. Untap all creatures you control. They gain hexproof and indestructible till end of turn. Okay. Narcomoeba. I just don't think is as good as... It's a rare that's bad. I just think it's straight bad. Join Shields is okay. Seems okay. The reason I say this is okay is that it's a 5 mana combat trick that depends upon our creatures already being able to trade well. 10th District Guide, solid 2-drop. Luminous Bonds, I think is far and away the best pick of this entire thing. Luminous Bonds is amazing for a number of reasons. First of all, it's a disable. So good. Second of all, it's only requires 1 white and 2 colorless, so it's very splashable. It's very, like, works in Selesnya, works in Azorius. Well, Boros, works in anything, so... Technically, this is not an Azorius set, but... Vigor Spore Worm's actually pretty nice. It has 4 health. If this was a 6/5, I'd really like it, but... The fact that it can only be blocked by 1 thing is good. I think straight up, the... Luminous Bonds is 100% the pick. Okay, let's take a look. I think Notion Rain is cool. Hammer Dropper I have been wholly unimpressed with in Boros. 10th District Guide, again, it's a solid little 2-drop. Circuitous Route is actually kind of nice. It's kind of nice if we want to do some sort of multicolor thing. And frankly, I think 4/5 color in Sealed Guilds of Ravnica is very good. Because Guilds of Ravnica, for me, has felt a lot like there are bombs and pack fillers. And so, if you're going like 4/5 color, you just put all your bombs in. Hazda Marshal is okay, but I would like a Hazda Marshal if I knew what I was doing. Hazda Marshal is something that supports, but doesn't define. Like, Beast Whisperer is just amazing. Luminous Bonds is just amazing. Alone, needs no support. It's just so good. But if I were like a go-wide deck that was swinging a lot, Hazda Marshal would be great in that. But I mean, it's still a 1-mana 1/1, so it's not that great. Arboretum Elemental, I think, is probably what we're going to go for. I think it's between Arbor Elemental and Watcher in the Mist. I think that Watcher in the Mist is the best card in the pack. If I were alone, I would pick Watcher in the Mist. I absolutely would pick Watcher in the Mist. But because we're live on stream and Arboretum Elemental, Arboretum is getting picked, I think that's fine. I like Watcher in the Mist, honestly. I just think it's an unbelievably good card. I think it's like stupidly good. But Arboretum Elemental, fuck yeah. Well, don't I wish. Okay, so a Night Veil Predator being that late is a very strong sign. But we also have a second Luminous Bonds. And one thing I'm seeing is that in chat, almost everyone's voting for Luminous Bonds. Almost everyone's voting for Luminous Bonds. I think that it is absolutely excellent to just switch to Dimir. Why? Because this is one of the best cards in the entire set. And this is pick 4, and it hasn't been picked yet. We're also receiving a Capture Sphere, which is a phenomenal blue disable. And for that reason, this would indicate to me that, you know, Dimir is open. All these packs are just amazing, though. This is such a sick pack. I'm going to take a second Luminous Bonds because I just like it. There's another Necrotic Wound. Goodness gracious. Urban Utopia is bad. District Guide is a solid little fixer. Blade Instructor I have had a lot of success with because Mentor cards often are at 2 health, so they can only support 1 mana, or excuse me, 1 power things. So Blade Instructor, by being a 3/1, is actually pretty relevant. The best cards here, I think, Necrotic Wound is okay. It's better than I would think. District Guide is... kind of want to do Blade Instructor, but I don't really know what I'm doing yet. I would probably pick Blade Instructor by myself. But I think District Guide is... I actually don't know how to evaluate this card because I've never really played with it. It lets you search your whole library. Oh, I thought it was look for the top few cards of your deck. I'm confusing it with the Elvish Rejuvenator. Never mind. I think this is actually better than I realized, yeah. Wow, fucking Night Veil Sprite. Jesus. Grappling Sundew. This is a very nice defender. I think it's very strong as a 0/4. 0/4 reach is very, very good. Selesnya Guildgate's also fine, but the best cards here I think are Night Veil Sprite and Devious Cover-Up. Goblin Bannerat's also very good. But I just kind of want to go Selesnya. I think Grappling Sundew might be it. I mean, the fact that it has reach is very, very significant. What the shit? I don't understand this. I don't understand this. Crushing Canopy is great. I would main deck the shit out of that, but like, what does this mean? We might be Golgari Splash Luminous Bonds, which would be very nice. It's just the best card. Okay, so let's see here. Sprouting Renewal. It's just a 2/2 for a Vigilance Man. Not the biggest fan of that. Spinal Centipede. Erstwhile Trooper, I've been wholly unimpressed by. It's a 2/2 for 3 that causes me to discard a thing. Undercity Uprising is nice as removal if we're doing a long game. I kind of want to get the Swarm Centipede. I think we can dilly-dally around, just get some removal a little bit. I think we're Golgari Splash. Okay. Okay, game. If I pick this, now I need to make sure that I have enough creatures. Good lord. Vigorspore Worm is really nice late game. I don't think anyone's green at all. I think we may very well want Circuitous Root if we want to splash for a 3rd color. Pause for reflection. That's funny. Alright, Circuitous Root it is. So now we're looking for some Selesnya Guildgates. Do I want the Selesnya Guildgate or the Hired Poisoner? Hired Poisoner is so stupidly good, but I really want to splash the Luminous Bonds, so I think it's important that I start picking these up early. Veiled Shade in the sideboard. So this was an okay pickup. Or not for the sideboard, for the main board, excuse me. To battle. Oh my god. The additional combat phase dirtiness. Flower and Flourish. This is actually a potentially nice finisher. Do we have any other good cards here? Iron Shell Beetle's fine. It's a fine little card. But I think I like Flower and Flourish as a potential... Oh, no, wait, no. I mean, we are splashing Golgari. Or splashing the Luminous Bonds. This is not an incredible pack, to be fair. Maybe we just splash for the Resurgence. I think that's maybe a little ambitious. Righteous Blow's okay. I think that if I was going to pick anything, I would pick the Flourish. I think I would pick the Flourish. I think I'm just going to pick this because the flower is actually pretty nice for a basic forest or plains card. I can use my green to help get me a white if I need it, but also just having some kind of big finishers. Nice. Well, Pelt Collector I think is cool, but I do see a third Luminous Bonds. I see a third Luminous Bonds. This is going to wheel 1,000,000,000%, so I think that I'm picking this. Pelt Collector is one of the best cards in the game, I think. But I'd rather just disable the small babies. Didn't I just have this pack? Do I need a second Flower Flourish? I think probably not. Parhelion Patrol is the one I'm more interested in. Making sure I have enough defense in the skies. There's a second Flower and Flourish, which I just think is not necessary. I think I want one of those. I think I want one of those. Golgari Locket. Golgari Locket. Gotta be a little careful about this low end. I think Parhelion Patrol. Excynic Ass. What does he mean when he says this will wheel? What I mean is that this is pick 3, and it's getting passed in a circle. So after everyone picks, it comes back to me and pick, is it... There's 8 in a circle, and I'm pick 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'll pick 11. I will expect to see, you know, another... The cards that come back from this pack that I'll see in pick 11 are the cards that wheeled. What do I think is actually good here? I'm looking a little too much at the white cards. I should actually be looking more at the Golgari cards. So I think that I'm going to do the... I really like Parhelion Patrol. It shuts down a lot of aggro, and it has Vigilance. This is disgustingly good. Part of me wants to figure out a way to splash for this puppy, but I think that's far too ambitious. I mean, this is disgusting. I like Parhelion Patrol here, honestly. I think second Flower and Flourish is a little ambitious. I mean, I know the precise correct pick here. It's going to be the Siege Worm. We want big bodies. Okay. Vigilance doesn't tap when attacks? Yeah. What do I think? I think Crushing Canopy I'll want one of, but I don't think I necessarily need it now. You know, maybe this Parhelion Patrol was a stupid decision because I keep feeling like I'm Selesnya when... We could argue that we're actually not... that we're splashing black, actually. We're kind of low on creatures. I kind of want to take this Necrotic Wound. I think Necrotic Wound is the pick. It's removal. How many creatures do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we're actually doing okay. I think because all these creatures are very playable. I'm going to put that Necrotic Wound. Burglar Rat, it would probably be my second pick. I like Burglar Rat a lot. Smala Wood Shaper. Not the Snitch, although the Snitch is very good. Am I dipping a little too much? I think the Pitiless Gorgon is the correct play. Yeah. Pitiless Gorgon. I think it's pretty clear Wild Ceratok. Green's definitely our strong color. Centaur Peacemaker, but there's also a Selesnya Guildgate. This is pick 8, and we're expecting another Selesnya Guildgate, aren't we? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is actually pretty good. I think I'm going to get the Peacemaker. We'll get another Selesnya Guildgate in 2 picks. There's the Crowell Forgers, which is great, and here comes Selesnya Guildgate. No, it's not there! What? I'm starting to realize that we're actually probably more Selesnya than we are Golgari. So, for instance, if I, like, pull these puppies out, I think I'm going to get the Sworn Companions. I'm not exactly sure. Golgari Locket. Generous Stray is an acceptable pickup. Crushing Canopy, there it is. Well, do we want another Golgari Locket? Do we want a Crushing Canopy? We want a Crushing Canopy. We have a lot of stuff we're going to need to cut. Probably going to cut the Undercity Uprisings. I might run that. Oh, there's a Trotta, the Silencer. She's okay. Alright, let's do some work. So, if I think my white is definitely strong enough to play. We could pick up the Gateway Plaza to try to run more of this. If I just do this... This actually looks like better. Yeah. Which would mean we just want basic creatures. Yeah, because, like... We just are low on the 2-drop slot, so this is great. There's World Soul Colossus, which is not as good as Sunhome Stalwarts, I think. I think I just want more of my bombs in here. I mean, if I'm running a circuitous route. Sunhome Stalwart's just stupidly good. But it's much better if I have like a 1-mana thing. I don't really have any way to buff it up. I mean, it can mentor the Sworn guys. Maybe World Soul Colossus is actually better here. Yeah, I mean, if I have some acceleration. That's crazy. Do I actually pass up the Sunhome Stalwart? We're kind of low on cheapo creatures, though. I think I get the Sunhome Stalwart. I think I just do because it's a 2/2 with first strike. And I always get what I need in the form of a World Soul Colossus. Okay, let's see here. I think I need to just focus more on the circuitous route. Where's circuitous route? I think I don't run this. I think we are a deck that curves out right now. I can't believe that there's 2 Atratas out there. I think... Now what do I do? Oh, this is tricky. I think... Part of me is not sure whether I should run the circuitous route or not. It's really nice for splashing things. Like maybe if I could splash a Swarm Guildmage to just buff things up. World Soul Colossus has been wholly okay. Like if we look at this though, we have like 3 2-drops. In terms of 3-drops, we have 1, 2, 3... 4, 5. We're sort of light in the 2 space. We have a pretty high end, so I think actually World Soul Colossus is okay. And then we'll definitely get one of this, or this. I think I'm going to focus a little more on being slightly more defensive as my opening cards. So we have the Healer's Hawk, which is fine. Or do we just want to Wary a copy? It's one of these three for sure. I don't think we're black anymore. I don't think that we are black anymore. Do we think this is actually good? It's a night like Sunhome Stalwart and a Healer's Hawk can just win games. This is going to sound weird, but I think I should just take the Devkarin Dissident for two reasons. One, I just need more 2-drops, and two, I can leverage my more mana-focused growth. Because I think I'm a little bit more on the high end. Let's see. Ooh, God. Hitchclaw Recluse is very, very nice to have. This Golgari Locket, I don't think we run. Hitchclaw Recluse is nice. Hitchclaw Recluse is really nice. Wow. Wow, what a pack. What a pack. Jesus. Look at this. We have Capture Sphere. Inspiring Unicorn. Is this actually what I want, the Inspiring Unicorn? I don't really need this because I'm going to have huge creatures. It's Pack Beast or Inspiring Unicorn. I think the Pack Beast is actually better for what we're trying to do because we're not going as wide. But I'm not 100% on that. Well, there's a Collar the Culprit in case we want to run this. There's the Rhizome Lurcher. Do I get another Ceratok? I'm going to pick it for now and kind of evaluate in a little bit. I really don't like the Ladev Guardian. Been wholly unimpressed with the Generous Stray. But if we're claiming that we're a little bit more defensive at the start, which it sure looks like we are, and this will let us get some of these real big dudes out, I mean, that actually seems to make more sense. I'm definitely not going to run a third Ceratok. Fuck. Alright. Jesus. Intrusive Pack Beast is good, but I think I actually just need another bear. I think I just don't run the Grappling Sundew. I don't like Swarm Companions if I don't have a lot of mentoring. Do I really want this Circuitous Route, though? I don't think so. Yeah, the gain life is very relevant. All these thick dudes are significant. Maybe I have too many little dudes. We have a lot of big Convoke things. Or actually, we have several big Convoke things, so... So right now, let me just put the Selesnya Guildgate away for a moment. Putting it away because we have 25 cards. Like, do I... If I look down here, 1, 2, 3... 3 2-drops. I just don't know, dude. I think the Wild Ceratoks are the cards that go. I think those are the ones that go. Those are the least inspiringly good ones. So if I wanted to run another Intrusive Pack Beast, what would I cut? Probably the Generous Stray, actually. But it doesn't really make sense to run the Intrusive Pack Beast as a finisher as much. I think I run another one of these, actually. Doesn't matter. Same pick again. Candlelight Vigil. What do I think of that? What do I think of a Candlelight Vigil? I think I don't run it. I already have one Collar the Culprit, and this is kind of a weak card. This is weak because there's just not a lot of 4 toughness things. I'll either want 1 or 0 Collar the Culprits. I think I don't run either of these. I think we're definitely playing neither here, I believe. I think this is the deck. I think we have the deck. Where's my Selesnya Guild? Get in there. Bam! It wants fewer planes. What are you, nuts? No. Yes. We have a couple really good targets for Candlelight Vigil. We have the Sunhome Stalwart, which is good. We have the Hitchclaw Recluse, which is good as a target for that, because it can block big flyers. This is a good target. And this is a good target. No, there's not actually as many good targets as I thought. I think this is it. I think we got a deck. Because we like have a couple creatures here. We have a little bit more creatures than we do non-creatures, and we're a Convoke deck. 3 Luminous Bonds is absolute filth, and Flower and Flourish is going to be very helpful. Do I want a second Generous Stray? I don't think so. Generous Stray is pretty mediocre. Maybe we actually just cut a Generous Stray for like a Wild Ceratok. Or maybe we cut the Generous Stray for something more active, like Sworn Companions, that can be convoked to do things. I'm trying to identify how I win games. I think that this is one of the things that's really, really tricky with building a Selesnya deck, is that you're a little bit more mid-rangey, so you have to make sure that you are like doing something that's properly curving out against a more control-y deck. I think some of these bombs are going to be... I think this is right. I think this is right. I'm amazed we got this ultra late Swarm Guildmage, but I don't think it's really going to help us as much. Yeah, I think this is good. I think this is good. Generous Stray sort of has the same function as well as a Sworn Companions. If I'm against a Boros deck, or something that's even like aggro, is it? I'll put the Grappling Sundew back in. Alright, so this is a bad starting hand. 2 cards I'll very unlikely be able to play. If I draw a green, I get 1 drop. This seems like a very clear mulligan. It's hard to say no to 3 in a Luminous Bonds. This is actually a tough one to mulligan. Is there a way to get votes for mulliganing? What do you think I should do? Are we mulliganing? What are we doing here? That is a tricky pickle. I really don't know. I'm gonna mulligan it because I don't see what my plan is. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright. Alright. That's the way we want to start. That's how we want to start, huh? It's gonna have to be a huge Recluse, huh? That is the best card in Golgari. Because you immediately start filling the graveyard. I mean, if this game somehow goes on long enough, we're in good shape. Because we got Luminous Bonds. we got a 4-color deck. Never mind. We're probably in pretty bad shape here. The reason I'm not too torn up about it is I still think it was a correct mulligan. Like, the fact that we drew no lands on our 6 and 5 has no bearing on whether or not it was a correct decision. Well, definitely the land. I always draw more of that, but we gotta get the value game going, huh? I think it was correct. I think it was correct still, because that was essentially a 5-land hand. Because we had a double green that we maybe could have gotten there with. And a double green that we would have unlikely gotten there with. Yep. Look at the Hitchclaw Recluse. Remember how excited I was about this card? It's a very uninspiring looking little 1/4, isn't it? But it just blocks a ton. Well, that kind of does stink. No attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can get a Siege Worm out. I think the big thing for me is that if the game goes on long enough and we just draw only bombs... Did we lose? The only block that makes sense, huh? Bing, bang, bong, boom. I can destroy this enchantment. Nice. Alright, we lose. Oh, shit. Alright, what would we change? I actually think I do want a second Collar the Culprit if I had it here. Which is hilarious, because I can't. I can't get it. So, what do we think about this? I actually don't think we learned very much. So I'm just going to go ahead and fire it up again. We just needed to get that out of our system. I like your attitude, Meta Shift. I think it's kind of hard to change much when we mull. We mull to 4, yeah? Mull to 4. We did our best, mulling to 4. Patrick Jerem says, do you think there is a way for Magic to improve the game by changing the mulligan system somehow, or is it just an acceptable variance? I don't know about... I don't know about mulliganing. I have not actually applied very much thought to it. But I heard someone provide this argument for the way that land works in Magic the Gathering that I actually found really, really compelling. Which is, A lot of card games since the release of Magic the Gathering have attempted to fix the mana issue. And they have been wholly unsuccessful relative to Magic. It has caused more problems than it has solved. Trying to fix the... let me adjust myself. Trying to fix the Magic mana system. And the way I heard it described was that it's kind of like with cars. Like, you don't... Like, you just kind of have to accept the fact that by giving people the ability to drive cars, accidents are something that happens. Like, mana screw is something that just happens by virtue of the way the mana system works in the game. I think it's kind of easy to say something like, you know, like, I've gotten really mad about not drawing land. I think you saw me do it on Tuesday. But that does not necessarily... Do I actually want to try to convoke this now as a 3-3? I think probably not. I think we're actually going to chill. Now, the real question is, do I trade with this Wario copy? Maybe. Maybe. This is a Golgari deck, so I think I'm going to pass once because I feel like this is a very effective blocker, and I can just see what Condor does. Well, that is obnoxious as hell for sure. Well, there's the Molder Hulk. I think I actually must do this right now for 4. Which feels a little expensive, but I think that's okay. I think this is an okay outcome. We have some really key removal against a Golgari deck. Golgari generally has a small number of large dudes. This deals with a large dude, this deals with a large dude well. So as long as we have something to block the small dudes, I think we're going to be okay. But yeah, like, the mana screw type thing... Okay. Feels bad. But does that necessarily make it that it is bad? Alright, I'm really good at drawing. Not quite what I need. Oh, shit. I'm gonna have to start trading away. Can't believe Moonmark Painter did something good. Oh man, come on. Alright guys, time to Luminous Bonds, a Wario copy. This is what desperation looks like. I'll come back to this mana issue. I think we just literally got boned. Let me get the guild gate. Just plop that puppy down. And we are not going to block here against the Moonmark Painter. We can't. Oh my god. I think there is nothing that we can draw, period, to let us win now. Especially with the Molder Hulk. Hot damn. Well, this is a quick 0-2 and it's a 3. He got me. Alright, we were killed by a bird. It stunk a bit, but... See, this is kind of what makes me think, like, okay, I mean, should I be favoring things like 10th District Guides, or should I be favoring things like Wild Ceratox more? I mean, there's an argument to be made that I should be favoring the Ceratox. I mean, he says, I don't think it's fair to say that other games have tried to fix MTG's mana system. Oh, there's been countless, like, almost every CCG since the release of Magic the Gathering has, at least in some way, tried to address the mana issue of MTG. Like, in a documented sense. Like, as in, like, they're in their game design analysis saying things like, we are trying to fight against the existence of mana screw in MTG. But it's like, and by the way, I'm not saying that any of this is my argument for it. I'm just saying it's really interesting I think a perspective of this. Read the second paragraph. That's what he says. It's getting cut off, Canuck. Can you... I only see the first thing. I only see the statement. I don't think it's fair to say other games to try to fix MTG's mana system. Oh, I see what you're referring to. I'm sorry, I'm fucking blind. You say, I think what I've seen for the most part is other games trying to invent new systems that do not have the same problem, but that's not the same as trying to use MTGs and fix it. I think that's like a little bit of mincing words, depending upon what you mean. So this is Boros. Who am I going to Luminous Bonds? I'm going to just do this right away. I think that card is way too good. I'm not going to do anything blocking on that. It is a little bit mincing words. We're inventing a system to not have those same properties versus we're trying to stick with the system and fix it. I don't necessarily see how that ties to... Oof. Some dope draws, man. Alright, so what do we want to put down? I'm going to accept some damage to get a dude down. And I made a mistake. I should have... I'm going to take a forest. I should have taken the Selesnya Guildgate. Or played that. No attackers. I make it a mistakey. But, anyways. There's a lot of comments about mana stuffs. Yeah, like, I think that here's a really fascinating argument that I've heard before. I'm gonna block straight up like this. Who you gonna mentor? Okay. So I block like this, 100%. This has first strike, so I can't do anything. Oh, I forgot this thing existed. In my head, I was like, there is no such thing that exists that can harm me. This is an excellent draw. And then I'm very likely going to Luminous Bonds, the Healer's Hawk. So no attackers. Why Luminous Bonds this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have enough time to do this. And now I'll probably, like, go Luminous Bonds on something. I'm going to talk a little bit about the mana system after this game. If I can remember. Probably double Luminous Bonds to Flyers seems good, yeah. It has so much health. I can play it for 2. That's good. That's actually good. It's actually good. It's actually good. That's actually pretty good. So the first striker can attack now, and I'm willing to take that damage to just, as far as I'm concerned, stabilize at our nice health of 10. Now the question is, if the Banneret goes on the Healer's Hawk, I think that would be a better outcome for us, because we would trade here, and then we would Luminous Bonds this. But it looks like it's going to be on the Fresh Face Recruit. No, nice. That's actually very good for us, because it's a stack bonus on the Hawk. Okay, so this is really interesting. So I'm just going to destroy this creature with flying. Could also destroy this enchantment, and this is an instant, but I think destroying the creature with flying is better. And I'm going to do it right now. There's no 2-mana indestructible, is there? Alright. Alright, Justice Strike is a good card. Nothing can attack. This is fine. I'm not going to attack because I think I need to preserve every last iota of HP. I have to block like this. I don't even have a choice in the matter. This could be a sure strike, which would stink, but, you know, what are you going to do? I'm going to Luminous Bonds this almost no matter what. Deal 5 damage to it. Okay, well. Maybe I built my deck incorrectly. Because, I mean, I feel like this is the spot where I'm supposed to be doing successfully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shit. I think I'm actually bad at building Selesnya decks, is the issue at hand. Okay. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm actually going to try getting rid of these puppies, these very mediocre cards, to replace them. Okay, certainly with the Grappling Sundew, like super duper, of course. I think maybe Wild Sarah talking it up. I think that I was too low on this curve, and I think that historically I am too low on Selesnya curves. I historically have always sucked. By historically, I mean, ah, shit. Mulligan. Alright, I'm keeping this. That's an okay run out. There's double Sky Knight Legionnaire in there, so I think that we will go turn 3. Crushing Canopy. Is this draft or sealed? This is draft for sure. Yeah, I think that, like, historically in Guilds of Ravnica, I've just really just screwed up hard on these Selesnya decks. That stinks a bit, but alright, so we're definitely gonna be able to destroy this. Kaboom. Had some rough drawing issues. But, the rough drawing has felt different from the other decks that I have played. What do we want to do? I think we Parhelion Patrol. There's going to be some serious mentoring going on here in a moment. Like, when I top deck the land I need with this deck, it's like this makes me feel like I'm barely able to participate. I know. This is going to mentor this 100%. Who's doing what to him, huh? First strike on this is real tough. The tease, the tease. So it has to be on this for sure. little stuck in this match. Oh, the Legion Guildmage is horrible news for us. Yeah, you know, I think I just suck at building Selesnya. Like, we're gonna go 0-2 real fast here. 0-3, excuse me. Yeah, obviously just block here. This is so tough. Tap another target creature. God. I sense a loss coming up. There's 6 in the face. Alright. Alright, get me out of this draft. I quit. We went 0-2, 0-2 so fast. I think my capability of building Selesnya sucks.